students. So today let us look at some more vocabulary questions, which we call contextual vocabulary. So we are not going to learn about any kind of roots or any kind of prefixes or suffixes. No, we are just going to understand how to find out the meaning of a word from the context, from where it is used. Right? So we'll take two examples to demonstrate that. Let's look at the first example. Teachers may overlook it when a student is 2 minutes late, but they are not going to condone someone's walking into the class half an hour late. So over here, we have to find out the meaning of the word condone. What are the options we have? Disapprove, sanction, adore, and notice. So let's understand the statement. The first sentence, what does it say? Teachers may overlook it when a student is 2 minutes late. But, okay, there's a word but here, which is a contrast word. So you should be very, very careful. And there is another word, not. So if you notice, but they are not going to condone someone's walking to class half an hour late. So but and not both are negative words, okay, contrast words. So two negative words come together and make it positive, which means in the previous sentence when I said teachers may overlook it when a student is 2 minutes late. So that same sense of overlooking should be there in the word condone. Had the word not been there, then the sense would be opposite to overlook. But since the word not is also there on top of but, both of them come together and neutralize each other, and the same sense prevails as that of overlook, okay, for condone. Which means when we are looking at the answer options, we should look at a word which is somewhat similar in meaning to overlook. Okay, overlook. So if I'm overlooking something, what am I doing? I'm accepting it. Right? So out of all the four options, disapprove, sanction, adore, and notice, which one do you think is accepting? Obviously, the second one, sanction. Let's look at another example. In the early days of automobile manufacturing, stringent laws controlled motorist speed. In contrast, the laws designed to protect consumers from faulty products were extremely weak. Now, over here, we have to find out the meaning of the word stringent. Again, before I go to the options, you should be careful that here there are two sets of words which you have to read very, very carefully. The first one, in contrast, and the second one, extremely weak. So when I say in contrast, what does it mean? Something opposite to what I've said earlier. So what did I say earlier? In the early days of automobile manufacturing, stringent laws controlled motorist speed. So you're talking about laws that controlled motorist speed. Let's look at the next part. In contrast, which means opposite to what I said earlier. The laws designed to protect consumers from faulty products were extremely weak. So if I'm saying something opposite to what was said earlier, and I'm saying these laws were extremely weak, which means the previous laws that I was talking about were very strong. Now, let's look at the options. Informal, not effective, strict, and faulty. Four options. Which one do you think is the best? Obviously, strict. Strict is the option which actually is very, very close to being strong. Right? So that is the perfect fit in that sentence. Right? So you saw how we can find out the meaning of a word if we actually understand the context in which it is used, and we also pay attention to the other words in that sentence that give us hints about the meaning of that word which we are trying to find out the meaning of.